What's up, everyone? This is Ryan here, and today, wow, I am just happy to just say that the Ethereum Classic play that we did like 3-4 weeks ago has been showing awesome returns. But before I go into all that and why Ethereum Classic has been just skyrocketing this past 2 weeks, 3 weeks even, because of the latest Emerald wallet. But before I get into that and talk a little bit more about my insights about the overall crypto markets and Ethereum Classic in particular, I want to just do a roundup first. So as we know, Bitcoin is currently at the 20 billion market cap, and of course Ethereum is still of course at 4.5. Ethereum has been struggling to really blast past that $50 mark. Yes, it has been seeing $52, $53. But I think that has something to do with USDT having issues, the Tether, where Wells Fargo was refusing to accept the US dollar wire transfers made via Bittrex, which I find Bitfinex. Sorry, not Bittrex, Bitfinex. Okay, but I think OKCoin is having the exact same issue as well with the USDT. That in fact has caused USDT. Okay, USDT is basically supposedly supposed to be the US dollar equivalent. Okay, but it has been dropping, and it doesn't seem to be showing the strength that it should, because it's supposed to be one-to-one. All right, USDT Tether is supposed to be one-to-one, and strangely it's not here. Wait, I'm just wondering, why is it not here? Hold on, guys, hold on. It's supposed to be 21 to wait. It's supposed to be 21 to yeah, here you go. Okay, so now it's, as you can see, Tether is declining. Okay, from it's supposed to be one-to-one to the US dollars, and it's now at 0.91747. So literally whatever I see on the exchanges, I have to like discount around 8%. If I see a 4.3 against the ETC, I have to discount 8% to get an accurate price reflection of ETC to the dollar. Okay, right? Same thing goes where you're seeing 1,344, 1,350 USDT BTC, but when you actually see it on the exchanges, you're noticing that there's a $100 gap. Meaning, if you look at Coinbase, I use CoinHako. I use that for Singapore, and it is showing 1,257 on Coinbase. But when you look at it on the exchanges on Poloniex, it's 1,354. That's $100 difference. Okay, that is because of the uncertainty in USDT. Anyone holding USDT is literally just putting their money very quickly into crypto, because they don't want it to be like a Mt. Gox situation where the USDT suddenly just goes to bust. But I noticed that it's a very much larger market cap. It's 55 million, unlike its predecessors that I think were hovering around $1 million US dollars. It didn't really take off. So I'm really hoping that this USDT situation stabilizes, and all the price reflection is accurate. Okay, even when you convert your profits back to, say, ETC or ETH, you're actually paying a higher premium, because those let's say you want to go back and take profit in Ethereum from whatever trade that you were in. Say you were in Augur and you want to take profit, right? The problem is the USDT, or people who are buying into altcoins or Bitcoin who are using US dollars, are actually pumping it up, right? Because they don't want to be holding so much USDT, and because of this uncertainty, it's just actually gradually being moved up. So I hope that this situation clears up and everything normalizes and the price reflection is back to normal. Okay, so Ripple at 1.1 billion. Sorry, yeah, 1.1 billion. That has dropped a little bit. Litecoin is at crazy, man, $15, which is 761 million. Dash at 523. Ethereum Classic, as I mentioned, it was from 240 million to 367 million at the moment because of the Emerald wallet being launched. Monero, same old, same old. Nothing much has changed, hovering around the $19 to about $20. Augur has shown amazing returns. From when I saw it, I didn't have enough left behind to purchase Augur. I saw Augur at $6. I knew that in my heart, I honestly, guys, I really knew it was a winner because of the technology behind Augur and what Augur was trying to do. Also, because it's into prediction markets, that's going to be something big in the future for sure. Especially if you're talking about decentralized prediction markets, right? Ever since then, I have seen other prediction markets or betting sites that function along the same way. You can create any kind of bet about anything random actually, and as long as there's enough participation from that community to play, I mean to bet on the direction of where is something supposed to go, you have a market already. You have an internal exchange for prediction markets. So Golem, MadeSafe coin, honestly guys, although it's number 10, I do not have any information about it. I haven't, not that I don't, but as in I'm just lazy to go and check all the coins. Golem, of course, is the shared computing power and renting out computing power that has been really picking up as well. I think Golem is one of those coins that can actually be very big even with the corporations, okay? Because when you're talking about being able to rent and share computing power, from a corporation perspective, you don't need to have that much servers and computers you don't have to purchase them. You can just rent, right? And if this model works the way I assume that it will work, it's going to be pretty big. And to see it at now currently only hovering at 10 cents, what's 20 cents? Seriously, what's even 30 cents? So I'm still going to be purchasing Golem along the way. And yeah, I think people who believe in this project should accumulate some too. And it is on the Ethereum blockchain, right? It's created on the Ethereum blockchain. Decred has been showing a lot of potential as well, been picking up in terms of market cap and price, but I really need to read a little bit more. So yeah, that's basically it for now. Now we're talking. Now I want to talk a little bit about the overall market cap. Okay, 30.5 billion. That's awesome. But you notice the BTC dominance is 66%. Now, if I look at the way things are trending, okay, let's just look at the way things are trending. Okay, if you're talking about total market cap for cryptos, wow, that's a plus, right? You're seeing it hitting the new high of 30 billion, okay, the new high of 30 billion, and you're looking for the fact that altcoins, okay, has this really strong parabolic kind of steep increase, right, from where it was only around, say, breaking the 2.5 billion mark in terms of altcoins. That was beginning of the year, and suddenly you see the whole shift of money flowing into other coins, not just Bitcoin. Okay, now if you look at the Bitcoin percentage of total market capitalization, from where it was back in 2013, April 2013, where it was having 94% dominance, okay, but as you can see, it's a slow, gradual decline, and it's now at what, like 66%. So this is a trend, guys. It's a trend that is going to continue. Okay, I'm sorry to say this, all the maximalists. Yes, in terms of times of financial turmoil, when assets are uncertain, or at least investments are uncertain, I would see this easily reverse very quickly. But the market has established Bitcoin. Okay, be happy. The market has already established Bitcoin to be the go-to safe haven crypto digital money. Okay, take some pride in that, because could it gradually go up in price? It could, it still can, and it will. But if you ask me whether will it always be the dominant, no, it will never be like that. Because why would there be thousands of cryptocurrencies but having only one currency that is dominant? It makes no sense. It's like saying that the US dollar is king all the time. The US dollar is not king all the time. There will be other countries having their own, like the pounds, the euros. Yeah, I know the euros is shit at the moment, because it doesn't know what it's wanting to do. And even countries like India, who are having issues with their rupee. But at the end of the day, it's all a representation of that country, right? So if you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is number one. It will always be the longest blockchain out there. And anyone that feels uncertain about their current altcoin will definitely always come back to the safe haven currency. But when markets are buoyant, markets are bullish, you should not be sticking your money into Bitcoin, because it's not moving as quickly. It doesn't give you that return. So I'm talking about from an investor perspective, that you want to hold. If you're very conservative, sure, put all your money in Bitcoin, it should be okay. But if you're looking at returns, if I had literally stuck just purely on Bitcoin, I wouldn't be making much, guys. Okay, it's very, very hard to make life-changing income on Bitcoin at the moment, unless you have a very, very long time horizon, say 5 years, say 10 years. Yes, Bitcoin can gradually improve. But if you look at where Ethereum is going, if you look at where Ethereum Classic is going, you look at Augur, you look at all these coins that I just mentioned, Ripple, you would have 3x to at least 5x your money in 3 months. Bitcoin did not do that. Bitcoin dipped to about $900, and then after that it steadily went back up to the $1,250 mark, which it is struggling to try to break the $1,250 mark, right? So I basically did not hold any Bitcoin, other than if I receive Bitcoin, from all my programs and my business. I basically just use that, I spend it. Okay, I don't hold it, because at the end of the day, we want to use it as a currency. We don't want to just hoard it, right? So this is how it's supposed to be. Now, let's look at the charts for Ethereum Classic. So if you had watched my earlier videos, I mentioned to get in around 170, that 170 range. That was my first call. And then it moved up very, very aggressively to around $2.30, and I took profit at that point. But I re-entered at this bullish candle here, which was a little bit dumb. I was having the FOMO. Okay, even for me, I was having the FOMO, because it was my call at 170, right? Because I anticipated that, for the fact that Ethereum Classic has been so quiet for the whole of last year, and it was lagging behind compared to other cryptos. Okay, compared to Ethereum, where during this price point, during this period of 2017, early 2017, Ethereum was at $11 and $11.80, $12, $13, okay, around that range. But it literally skyrocketed when the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance was announced, and that was big news for it. Now, what is the big news that's happening in Ethereum Classic? Okay, firstly, let's talk about fundamentals. USDT was it's currently having issues, not being able to be recognized as US dollars by their remitting bank or their exchange bank, which is Wells Fargo. Okay, So because of that, a lot of exchanges are currently now using USDT. So if you were holding USDT and you saw this news, you're like, shit, I can't even cash out. So I'd rather quickly put in all that USDT that I own into Bitcoin, into Ethereum Classic, into Ethereum, into Litecoin, whichever coin or whichever Bitcoins and all the other altcoins actually who accept USDT, okay, are going to have a pump. And that was what happened. That's one. But I don't think that that is the fundamental play here. Okay, I assume that it was due to the fact that Emerald Wallet was announced. When Emerald Wallet was announced on Ethereum Classic, okay, they are showing that they are trying to differentiate themselves from Ethereum. This is one step closer, and the good thing about the Ethereum Classic wallet, when it launches, it's going to be a desktop wallet. It allows you to you can have the choice of not needing to download the full node, right? Because you don't really need to download the full node if you're just a general user, right? And not only that, you can still access the main nodes, okay, to have transfer of value, right? Now, when you have Ethereum Classic having its own wallet, I think it's a milestone, and having that milestone means that there are going to be more use cases for it. It's going to be more user friendly. People who are holding Ethereum Classic will have more avenues to trade with each other, and also, of course, developers are able they are paving the way, guys. The reason why there's a wallet coming out is because it's paving the way for the actual use cases for people to develop on the Ethereum Classic blockchain. Okay, now the next thing that I want to highlight is that you want to eventually see corporations investing in Ethereum Classic. There may even be a possibility of a rebranding. That means, you know, Ethereum Classic will no longer be called Ethereum Classic, despite the fact that it is actually the original Ethereum. Okay, but nonetheless, that is all just my thoughts. Nothing is set in stone. But eventually, I'm not sure whether whether the development team would want to differentiate completely. That meaning it's no longer going to be called Ethereum Classic at all. It may be called Emerald, for all you know. Okay, so that being said, I'm still enjoying the ride. I accumulated around the 268 region, 277. My high was 283. I was kicking myself in the butt when I bought 283. I was like, oh my goodness, why did I buy at that price? But then I held it out, and here you go, it went parabolic, and I only see a continued uptrend, maybe a consolidation at this current level of 3,200. Okay, because I noticed that it doesn't seem to it has a lot of resistance at the 430 mark. Okay, it has quite a bit of sell down at 430, which is a pretty weird number because it's already a new all-time high. Okay, there's no you know, it's already the all-time high, guys, as you can see from this chart. The previous high was 268. Okay, as you can see, it consolidated right here, and it formed a flag, right, a wedge, and after that there was a breakout to the upside. Okay, so that worked out well. Very happy about that play, not complaining. Still holding Ethereum Classic. I only see this going up to $5-6, no issue, because as I mentioned before in my previous videos, it is still a very, very small market cap in terms of Ethereum, and I don't see like much differences in terms that there should not be any differences because they came from the same bloody blockchain. It's just that one was so-called the star child, despite the fact that both look the same, right? This is how I just think from a layman perspective. But Ethereum Classic is definitely going to differentiate in itself, and you're going to see the price continue to gradually trend upwards. And you know, Tone Vase actually mentioned, and Tone Vase is a Bitcoin maximalist, but he made this comment. He sees that Ethereum Classic and Ethereum could potentially meet somewhere in the middle. So when I heard that, I was like, wow, okay. For someone who is just very pro-Bitcoin, he's a Bitcoin maximalist, to comment that Ethereum and Ethereum Classic could meet somewhere in the middle makes a lot of sense. And he was right. And did you know that he made the comment about Litecoin being completely at the $4 level, he says like, why isn't Litecoin actually showing any progress? And Litecoin today is at $15. That was literally maybe last month when I watched his one of his tech videos. So go and follow Tone Base, listen to what he has to say. He's very nonchalant and very logical about his technical analysis, and that's what I like about it. But he is very pro Bitcoin though. So now let's look at BTC ETC very quickly. Same thing. There's this curve, and then from then there's the breakout. Okay, there's a breakout, and this resistance was at initially 2000, as you can see, 32, right? 320,000 satoshis is hanging there. It doesn't want to break. There's somewhat like, but you're having these very, very strong one-day candles, okay, of 830,000 BTC, right? BTC every day, right? Every day, picking up, my guys, it's picking up. And I just want to make sure that, everyone understands investing always has its risk. I don't want to go too much into that because, risk is something that I'm not asking you to, sell your home to get into this. But put in a little bit of money to a coin that you would enjoy holding, and you see the potential behind where the development team is going with that particular blockchain, and purchase its token. There's no way to determine the current price other than market sentiment, other than developments. But developments don't, okay, I'll be very, very honest, developments don't mean anything. Why they don't mean anything? Because it's not monetized. If you're talking about, okay, it's so hard to quantify how much a coin is actually worth at this current point. It is just because there's an exchange that people can, put money into and buy a coin at a higher price because there's an exchange. So, but if you're talking about, is there price earnings? How do we justify that? Just because Ethereum, okay, let's just say Emerald Wallet just launched. So what? What does it mean? So what that Emerald Wallet just launched? Does it mean that there's going to be an influx of revenue? Say, for example, 1-2 million. There's some profits to be made from launching this wallet. There seems to be no value. So how do we quantify the value of each token that we're purchasing? It's just sentiment, guys. Even Bitcoin, okay, at least Bitcoin, maybe you can justify because there are merchants using it. So let's say, for example, there are X amount of merchants who are using BitPay. And there's more people buying into cryptocurrencies. That's the demand, right? So it's not like you're investing in Ethereum Foundation as a stock. It's not. You're just investing or putting your money into Ethereum tokens. And Ethereum is not really a currency. It's a token so that developers can actually write code and perform transactions on the blockchain, on the Ethereum blockchain. So it gets very, very confusing. Until now, I'm still trying to figure out certain stuff, but I'm getting better each day. So I hope that this video has given you a little bit of insight about why there was a price soar in Ethereum Classic, where I see the Bitcoin dominance and percentage going. And at the same time, I'm very, very bullish about the whole cryptocurrency scene as a whole. And, it's the time for the millennials to really make money, guys. I'm actually at the end of that range, okay? In a sense that I'm 35 years old, but I see so much potential in this field, because for people who are 18 to 35 years old, right, they are struggling in their lives. They're struggling to make money just in general, right? You graduate, you may not have a job waiting for you. And a large part of the young are unemployed at the moment in the world, and it's very, very concerning. And not only that, if you can't, and you're seeing for the fact there's this shift, right, where people in Western countries are not able to move out. In the past, when they turn 16, they usually would move out and start, renting their own place, getting a job, and being very independent. But I noticed that, the trend is that more and more, especially in the Western countries, they're staying with their parents because they can't even find a job to move out, you know. And Asians, on the other hand, right, we are always just staying with our parents for, a long time. It's just the way it is. We're just always very communal, and we don't really move out even at 16. So I'm just saying that there's this shift, guys, and it's very concerning. And I think people can agree that the economy isn't doing too hot. I anticipate a crash in the stock markets very, very soon. I'm not sure exactly when, but it could happen now. It could happen this year, next year, but it's gonna happen, guys. It's been 10 years, okay, since Lehman, it's been 9 years, right, since Lehman Brothers and the subprime, okay, occurred. It's just a matter of time before the whole underlying assets and people start defaulting on the underlying assets, and that's when the shit will start to happen. And yeah, it's already happening in Singapore. People are letting go of their properties, their largest big ticket assets as quickly as possible at ridiculous, like 30 to 50% down from the previous time that they're buying. There's no holding power. They're over leveraged, and it always happens to the very rich first, right? Not very rich. Okay, if you're ultra super rich, that shouldn't happen to you because you know better that you should not over leverage. It's the kind of like rich but not really there and they're always over leveraging. You're gonna see this portion of people hit first. Then it gradually moves down to the next bracket and so on and so forth until it hits the average Joe, right? So yeah, I mean when I take a ride on Uber, I speak to the drivers. They are like what? My age, like maybe late 30s, but they were retrenched from their job. It's happening, okay? Whether you like it or not, every industry is going to be facing this kind of stuff. And I hope that, people who are watching my channel, they are actually participating in cryptocurrencies and building a portfolio. And if you do not have a list of programs or you don't know how to trade and you want to think of something on an automation basis, I have links below to programs that I use that are completely automated, and you can just buy Bitcoins or buy Ethereum and just participate. Okay, put your money out there, guys, because if you don't, I think that to create generational wealth is going to be tougher and tougher and tougher if you don't start taking some risk. Okay, so guys, the video is long enough. I hope that people start really looking into their wealth generation, wealth creation seriously, and don't just depend on finding a job, guys. It's gonna help you, but it may not help you in the long run, especially if you come of age, right? As it's this trend of being retrenched at 30 years old and 35 years old is just gonna be very, very, very common. Okay, it's not gonna be like last time where your parents can work until 60, 65, 70 years old or whatever. Okay, it's not gonna happen. The turnover rates are gonna get higher and higher and higher. Industries, departments are gonna keep opening and closing very, very quickly, and I only see it just being like that even 10 years later. So with that being said, I just wanna let you all know that it's time to take your finances into your own hands. Learn as much as you can, find as much knowledge as you can, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, in the channel, and I hope that I can provide more value to you guys. Like I said, the list of programs is down below. Please go and take a look at them, and I hope that people will start making more money on my channel, guys. Okay, peace.